Hey Connect Groups, welcome to another Table Talk video here with the one and only Pastor Lucas. Good
How's
to
it going,
see
buddy?
you, my friend. How are you?
Good seeing you. Awesome, man. Awesome.
Amazing.
Glad to be here with you.
Yes.
Glad to be here with each one of you. And all
Absolutely.
the groups, all that's happening. That's great.
We're 4 weeks into Sermon on the Mount, and
Yeah.
I feel like we've already covered so much ground
Oh.
from Jesus saying he's not, coming to abolish the law. He's fulfilling the law. He's the same God that was with Moses back given the Ten Commandments in Exodus. There's so much that we've covered that even at the time is rather controversial. People are saying, well, who are you to tell us these things? But now, 2,000 years ago, as we get together to discuss these scriptures, to talk about what is going on at the time, a lot of it still feels controversial.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Do not
Oh,
be
yeah.
angry.
Oh, yeah.
Who are you to tell me what to feel?
Oh, yeah.
Right? All of these questions. And I think it comes down to what you were talking so much about in the actual message is the posture of our hearts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We often talk about worship is a reflection, a response to what God is doing in our hearts.
Yeah.
But I think anger, and here, murder is the example that's used, is kind of the same thing. It's a response to what is happening within our hearts. So just to start with this, what is the situation? What is the problem that's going on here? Because clearly some of us respond in one way, some of us are responding in another way, and then sometimes we meet in between. Why is it that our hearts respond in these ways?
It shows our sinful nature, like how the messed up that we all get in because of sin itself. And then out of sin flowing all the things that, hey, ideally, this is not how God He made us. And then it flows in a negative way. Although even then, later on, I said, through the message, oh, but yes, I have these feelings with me. And even then, when we think about God, Jesus Himself, He got angry sometimes. But the huge difference between the holy anger of God, even as He was looking for sin itself, no, this is not what I made you for. But He didn't use that to attack. He didn't use that to revenge, right? It's no, He used that now to reconcile us all back to Him. And then the problem of anger is that most of us, when we face issues with anger, is that it is for selfish reasons. It is for unrighteous purposes. That's why we all struggle. I struggle with that. Each one of us, we should examine ourselves and deal with this, because again, it's what you're saying there. It's the posture of our hearts.
Absolutely. And I think you're mentioning something important here. Anger itself is not necessarily wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Anger is an emotion God has created. He's put it within us, in our hearts. But what is the motive of the anger? Because when we see Jesus angry, flipping the tables, versus, maybe we get in an argument, or, your family or whatever that is, that's a completely different purpose.
Yeah.
And I was listening to, I can't remember who was saying this, but it was a message on this same topic about why is it so important, especially as Christians, that we're not holding anger within each other? Because God desires unity amongst the body, but also going back to being salt and light. If we're trying to be salt, but we're tainted with dirt, the salt, the whole purpose of the salt is gone. So I just want to take us into Proverbs 6. It says that there are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to Him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush to evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a man who stirs up dissension among his brothers. And I think it's that last one, especially here. As Christians, our job is to uplift one another, to encourage, to point people to Jesus. Yet we still, as fallen, sinful people, struggle with this so much all the time. So how do we now go and reconcile this? Because we have to realize we are sinful people. That's the reality of it. And as we walk through sanctification, we still have all these problems, right? How do we start to confess the anger that is in our hearts to become conformed more to what Jesus is saying?
Yeah, I bring on the message as well, just the importance of it. First of all, searching our own hearts and dealing with this. Search our hearts with God. Search, hey God, reveal in me what's happening inside of my life here. Go with others as well, and of course, then practical ways. Hey, I cannot try to it's almost like thinking about like that, like pots like that, like it is boiling up like more and more. If you don't deal with this, like eventually it's gonna explode. So you need to like deal with that like directly with God, but also deal like now with others in your life. Professional counseling, like close friends, mentors that they come like alongside you, like, and also, hey, okay, how I'm gonna cope with this well, but it's refusing to keep living in that way. It's almost like that feeling. Think about like kids in itself. It's like, do we see like kids like being angry? Yes, but do you see kids usually remaining angry in their lives?
No.
No. Why? Because they deal with that. But then like as we grow like as adults, because we're like piling up like more, later on like you say, you know what? This has become my personality. You can be like a loving, fluffy person, whatever it is, but no, me, myself, no, yes, here I am, I'm serious, and we clearly can see like through your expression that, wow, something is off, like you're angry, why? So we gotta deal with that, and we gotta deal in the right way with God and with others in our lives, like, but we gotta deal with it.
Yeah. And I think dealing with it, we have to admit that it's happening in the first place, and also admit that it's not something that we can necessarily change in our own strength.
Yeah.
In Ezekiel 36, God is talking to Israel, and he says that he's going to remove the heart of stone and replace it with a heart of flesh.
That's awesome.
It's not a surgery that we can do in ourselves. That we play a part in this, right? We have a responsibility as Christians to pursue righteousness and to confess our sin to one another and to walk with each other in faith. But ultimately, God is the one that is doing these changes within our hearts. And I think for Connect groups, last week or the week before, we were talking about asking the question, God, how do I reflect you well? And what are also the areas that I'm not reflecting you well? And I think as you pray together this week, this is probably another opportunity to say, Lord, where am I being angry for the wrong motives? Right? Where am I being angry for the right motives? And help me to, have this heart of stone brought to flesh. Help my mind to be transformed, my mind to be renewed, as Romans says. Help me do this together. Any final thoughts for groups as they study this text this week?
And as you take action on this, and first of all, hey, kudos, this is awesome. Like as we all take the first steps, they hurt. It won't be easy at all. Why? Because like as we take the first steps, we're gonna have to live with the tension of our action of now, like trying to deal with this. And at first, like it'll be messy. It won't be easy at all, but it's so worth it. But also for you to know, like it is the work that you're doing in your life, and it doesn't mean that other people they're gonna see like in the same way. Like another point as well, like saying, oh yes, as we deal with this and as we come like now approach and be these ministers of reconciliation. Not always there will be like on the other side, like people that are gonna be like living in the same way. And for us to realize, you know what, God, the same work that you're doing in my life, you're doing in someone's life as well. And us being patient.
That's right.
Along the journey. But yeah, we need him like deeply. And only him, he is able to do this in our lives. But we gotta say yes to him. Absolutely. Such good words. I hope this is encouraging to you as you discuss, as you pray together, as you seek God's word in all of this. It's gonna be a great week of discussion. We'll see you back here next week for another episode of Table Talk. God bless you.